Welcome back to One Close to Success, and today we're going to be talking about how to become a more productive person. So, Ronan, why don't you talk about how do you become more productive?
Okay, well, let's just start with the game changer, right? The first thing I did was just turn off all my notifications, literally every single one. Snapchat, WhatsApp, anything you can name, I turned it off. Reason being, I just get this kind of urge to check my phone every time I get a notification. I don't know if that's just you guys as well, but
No, I feel you. No, on Snapchat for me, on I don't know, it's not Instagram. For Snapchat, YouTube, for social media in general. But
yeah. Then I did the following settings: do not disturb and flight mode. Obviously, so you don't get radiation from the 4G signal.
And if people don't know what flight mode is, it's also airplane mode because you're from UK, from America. It's a little different how
flight mode, airplane mode.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I turned off every single notification. This definitely does lower screen time because you're just not going to be checking your phone as much, are you? You have no reason to unless you specifically think, I want to look at this app. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you guys personally do?
What do I do? So I do like I'll just be straight to the point. I won't make it hard. I listen to music and do things. So like today, when I was being productive, I was editing the video. I usually, for the last episode, I listen to music or I just focus in for like a specific amount of time. Today I cleaned up my wardrobe. So I put my music on and then I just dialed in. This was like, let's say 15, 20 minutes. And I just dialed in, listened to my music because it's like not a mechanism. It's just music helps me just go off, just dive, tunnel vision. Just helps me be productive.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like a confidence thing. So if I'm more confident in something that I'm doing, I'm more likely to do it because I want to do it instead of like sort of forcing myself to do something.
100%, yeah.
And then rather than like saying that you can't do this, you can't do that, or it's like effort or something like that, I would rather say like, oh, I can do this because then, or I can do this because then I would actually want to do it rather than, again, forcing myself to do it. Then it makes it like more fun in a sense, if that makes kind of any sense.
You kind of get in a flow state. We can talk about that.
Yes, the flow state is probably one of the most powerful states your brain could possibly be in. And for the flow state, there's also a thing for setting clear goals and habits, but doing it consistently. That's also part of the flow state, and that's how you become productive.
If anyone's actually been in flow state, I've only been in it for sports like football.
Exactly. Yes. All athletes use the flow state. Yes, it's scientifically proven.
It's so good. Like it's the best. It's the best feeling.
Why did you start laughing so hard?
Yeah, it's like
it just feels so good.
It's good. Okay, it's good. Flow state.
Yeah. Another thing for it is motivation as well. Like finding a motivation for something that you want to do makes you actually want to do it. And then like just finding the motivation for yourself to do something rather than like being bored one day and like, oh, why don't I do this? Find motivation for something and then put work into it, because then if you're bored, you're just going to put like no effort into it. It's just something to do for a little bit of fun, you know? Like find something you want to stick to and then put effort into it, get motivation out of it, because it, like, say if it's like a YouTube video per se, if you, if you had nothing to do, think of an idea, record the video, edit in high quality, make sure your vocals are good and the audio is good, post it to YouTube, and if it does well, you find the motivation and you do more.
Or there's this thing called discipline. You know, if you know who David Goggins is, that man is just, that guy's like, doesn't even make sense how he's human, what he does. That guy is a real disciple of discipline, but I get it what you mean on the motivation and stuff. Personally, I hate that word motivation. I hate it because I always used to be motivated, but now I just use discipline. But to be productive, I can give you 3 simple ways on how you can be more productive. So there's this thing called the GSD, the Get Shit Done list. And so what you do is you do that the night before you arise from your bed or wake up. Write those things down, and that's how you have a great and productive day. And you set clear goals on how you want to, start the day and set it up. So you would set clear goals. For the second one, you would do, I call it the Forrest Gump method, because in the movie Forrest Gump by Tom Hanks, oh my gosh, he played it so well. And personally, that is my favorite movie, Forrest Gump. What he would do is one task, another. He wouldn't do multiple. He would just do one by one by one. He would prioritize each task. That's how he was always productive, and he would do it in such an excellent way. I know that sounds weird, but it's such a way. So he would prioritize each task to be more productive. And a third way is to manage your time effectively. So let's say you put a timer on, or you're not rushing, but you are time management skills. That's what it technically could be.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but school technically teaches you time management skills, from bell to bell, class to class. But those are 3 ways to be productive. Does anybody have anything else to say from those 3 things?
Go off the task list. I will say that, yes, definitely write every single task you need to do. So write the things you want to accomplish, at least 5 things you want to accomplish the night before or in the morning. Personally, it's preferred to do it in the night, just before you sleep, so it's off your mind. And in the morning, make sure you have a followed schedule of what you're going to do from when you wake up to exactly when you sleep during that day. So you're exactly following your schedule. You're not going off task whatsoever. You're doing what needs to be done in that following time scale. That way you can be more productive and accomplish what you need to in that following day. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We could talk about like sleep and stuff as well, like having a good sleep schedule, because that comes into play with it a lot. Like being on a low amount of sleep can make such a big difference to being on like a lot of sleep, because being on low amounts of sleep, you can feel really tired, lazy, you don't really want to do anything, you're not going to be productive, you want to maybe sit about, maybe watch TV or go back to bed or something. Whereas if you're on like decent amount or high amount of sleep, like 7 to 8 hours-ish, right? You would feel more productive, you would wake up, you'd be refreshed and ready to start the day. You would want to be more productive and yeah.
I know exactly what you mean, yeah. Maintaining a routine when being productive is very, very important, because when you maintain a routine, those like little things, little structures become habits over time, and that just becomes a daily schedule, and as you could say, a routine that's very productive throughout your day. And hopefully those will be good habits in the routine.
Yeah. And especially with a sleep schedule, like you don't necessarily need alarms after a certain point, because your body just kind of like adjusts to it. So it like, even when you're like not even tired at some point, your body could just like start to get tired at a certain point, which is when you're about to start like winding down to go to sleep, right? It would just start to get tired automatically, if that makes sense. And then your body would like wake itself up at the normal time that you would normally wake up, rather than needing to set an alarm.
And sleep is a superpower. I'm serious. I know it sounds weird, but how do you think you go through each day by day by day? You need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. I mean, if you get less than that, it's bad for you because your brain is foggy and all, and you can't really focus on things. But when you have more, it's good. But you are a little tired. You're not foggy. Your brain and body just had too much sleep. So what I would advise you to do is every night, or most nights consistently, and if you could do it in a perfective way, in perfection, 8 to 10 hours every night. Pretty much.
Definitely.
Yeah.
9 hours is definitely the sweet spot.
I'd say at a very minimum, 7 to 8 hours.
Minimum is 7. Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Then sleeping 9 hours will give you a lot of willpower, so you can do the tasks you don't want to do with discipline. Yep. You could get more motivation, which I haven't seen. I'm not sure it's been proven or not, but I assume you would get some sort of motivation since you're less tired, and you can actually work because you've got more mental strength inside of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the things you shouldn't do?
Yeah.
I'm good at that because I have it literally everywhere around me. I'm good at that. I'll start off. So the things that you shouldn't do and that are not productive at all, they can be in a way, but they make you think like what critics and people say. They think that it's good for you and productive, but it's not, because it improves creativity and it improves productivity. Guess what the drug is?
Dopamine?
Weed.
Oh.
Weed. Oh, God.
Weed is actually scientifically based. And yeah, I think, no, it's medical marijuana is obviously medical, as I said, as well as I'm saying. And weed actually produces dopamine, of course, and creativity. But the one thing, guess what the one thing that is equal to cocaine and that has the same amount of dopamine rush. Yeah, just guess. It's not a drug. It could be a drug, but it's actually one of the most productive things to getting a more calloused mind and just being better in life. It starts with a C.
I want to say cold showers.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
It's as effective as heroin. Isn't that crazy? It gives you the same amount of dopamine. But the thing about that is that the heroin dopamine only lasts for about, I think it's 10 to 15 minutes. This is a scientific study. And the thing about cold showers is that cold showers last for hours. It doesn't last for minutes, hours. So, but everything is productive in life. It's just what you choose to do is good productivity and bad productivity. I just gave you examples. So,
things that you shouldn't do as well, like I said in the sleep bit, don't sit around and be lazy. You can get into the habit of like just sitting around and doing nothing. Makes you less productive. Then you don't really want to actually do anything, right? And then don't like put something off, like a project or something. For example, if you're building or refurbishing a vehicle, like a boat or a caravan, for example, don't put it off because you need the more time you have to do it, the quicker you can get it done, the quicker it can like be a properly furbished caravan, boat, whatever it is that you're doing, for example.
And for my religious people out there who believe in Christ just like me, it says in the Bible that it is a sin to be lazy. I'm serious. It's a sin to be lazy because it says about the rich man, well, the productive man has a rich soul, but the man of the lazy man has a poor soul and is like, it's not good, is the point. It's not good.
Yeah.
Don't be lazy is the point. So
one thing I want to add is another thing you should not do is call this. And the best way I'll put it is mental masturbation, right? It's where you feel like you're productive by watching YouTube videos about, let's say you're researching, I'm just researching sleep, I'm just researching productivity, instead of actually being productive and doing the actual work to become successful. You're instead watching YouTube videos, reading books, but not actually implementing that knowledge in order to be productive.
Yeah, no, that's just wasting your time.
Yeah, you're just kind of not taking in the information.
It's a lot of things people do to make them feel productive, but not actually do anything that's actually productive. Yeah.
So, it's just wasting your time. What the fuck?
Yeah. Just don't watch YouTube videos thinking you're doing something, because I was stuck in that loop for a long time.
Watch YouTube videos to like gain something out of it, right? Rather than just watching them for the sake of it.
Yeah, implement the knowledge afterwards. Definitely.
Yeah. We could talk about how much productivity is like considered enough. Or how much productivity is considered productive.
I don't think there is such a thing personally for me, because we're productive all day.
Yeah,
it's just that
I feel like it varies though, like from person to person, like kind of like job to job as well. Like if you have a job that like doesn't have that much like effort you need to put in, or productiveness. That's not a word. We'll restart that.
Much productive work. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't require enough like much effort or productivity to be put into the job, but you could put more effort and be more productive in that job to then like oversee that, like what the job needs, you know? Then you could kind of like get you could probably get like seen putting more effort in than others by like managers and stuff, and then that could go to the CEO. You could get promoted, whatever, right? It all ties into things like it all ties into productivity. Jesus Christ. My English has been failing me recently, but it's fine.
Come on, man.
That's really funny.
But a harder job, right? Like, say you need like a shit ton of effort and productivity for a higher job, right? Say you're like mechanics and you need to do something that's like a lot of effort, right? Maybe you need to like achieve a certain thing to be considered productive, but I mean, even if you don't achieve that, but like you get like stupidly close to the point where you just kind of ran out of time because it was like trial and error or whatever reason, right? That's still considered productive because you were making that effort to go and reach the limits, and if that makes sense.
I think I get it too.
Yeah. The way I worded it wasn't great, but it gets the point.
Hey, at least you tried your best.
Yeah, it gets the point across.
Definitely. What I was going to say is that ideally, to be productive is to work towards your set goals.
Yeah.
And if you consider that being productive, then that is your productive line, as we'll say. And you should be working as much as you can without burnout and mental exhaustion. That's what I would personally call being productive. Because, I know a lot of people say there's no such thing as burnout, but once you feel that it's tiring, physically tiring yourself to work, then I wouldn't go as further as that. So achieving your goals is productive. Doing all the good habits is productive. If you feel like you've achieved something during the day, that's all that really matters to me and to yourself, obviously. That's what it should. So not just watching YouTube all day. Be as productive as you can by doing the work you truly want to do.
Yeah.
What do you think, Marco?
Yeah.
You're thinking something.
With me, I'm
thinking of a couple things right now, but you're right. And I'll go back to things that will help you be productive, that will take distractions away. So as he was saying, airplane mode, or what do you call it?
Flight mode, airplane modes.
Flight mode or airplane mode. Or I put on when I'm at work, I do not disturb. So when I work at a kid's playhouse and I serve them pizza, serve them cake, and I just supervise them. So I don't get distracted by notifications or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to my manager or my boss, whatever they tell me to do, I do it. So I could be as productive at my job and at the hours that I need so I can get paid and have my money and, get my wages.
Yeah. And back to what Ronnie was saying earlier, with his palm productivity, I woke up at 6 a.m. today, did my workout, had breakfast and whatever. When I got onto my PC, I started researching and jotting down notes every time I could on what to do, what to do for this podcast, and I can just put it into notes that I can read here. So then, after I did that, I sort of in free time plotted YouTube video ideas that could actually be good for my personal channel. So I'm just doing things that could benefit this podcast, my channel, and whatever, and just trying to do whatever I can, really. So
writing down notes, educating
waking up
yourself
early really helped that because it gave me more time to jot down notes and think of stuff for the podcast, and then I gave myself more time to think of stuff for my main channel.
Yeah, that's good. So there's some things that people think, oh, if I wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., I'm going to be successful.
No.
But what are you doing at that time to be productive and to become successful in the next 4, 5, 6 years?
Yeah,
to make
it doesn't matter
routine.
what time you wake up. It kind of matters what
are you
doing at
doing
that time. It could be the same as waking up at 8 a.m. Because if you do nothing and then you start doing whatever you're doing at 8 a.m., you're basically just sitting around doing nothing. Or if you play games, you're just playing games for another 3 hours.
Don't waste your time is the point.
Yeah.
Make your GSD list the night before and wake up with a mindset of the fire in me is stronger than the fire around me. It's that simple. That's how I wake up. Or just wake up saying, my feet are on the ground. The devil just said, oh shit, he's up again. It's that simple. And just crush the day. I mean, it may seem hard for some people, but as soon as you get a productive routine down with habits involved, with consistency, not perfection, but consistency, I guarantee you that you will succeed in whatever field you want to succeed in.
Question, did I just hear a voice crack?
Me?
Yes.
We're not talking about it.
We may have. We may
We're not
have.
talking about it. Shut up. Shut up. We're not talking about it.
So why don't we talk about mindset now? I just want to get this out of the way as well for my part. Having a good mindset is key for productivity. So having a bad mindset is basically telling yourself like you can't do this. And like there's no point, like having like a closed mindset in a way.
And it's called fixed mindset, actually.
Yeah, fixed mindset.
And it's not just that. It's not that I can't do it. What a fixed mindset is, yes, I can't do it, but it's that
I
one of the things.
I don't want to put the effort in to try.
Yes,
And
but
like, I give
also,
up and whatever.
Also, I know how to do it. Versus, maybe they know how to do it,
But they just can't.
but they don't know. No, but they don't know enough.
That's fair. But yeah, that's kind of like having a bad mindset versus having a good mindset. Having a bad mindset for things, it's kind of like you're giving up on what you want to do. Well, not really what you want to do, but you're giving up on something that you've chosen to do, and like you're saying you can't be bothered and whatever, and you're just gonna either leave it to another time or just give up on it entirely, rather than having a good mindset where you're pushing yourself and you're learning new things at that time, so you could keep going with what you're doing rather than stopping, taking a break. Well, it's good to take a break, but like don't just leave it till like the next day. Rather do it in like take like a 10-minute break or something and then come back to it instead of just giving up. So the difference between
there's a big difference between quitting and taking a break. And a lot of people don't know the difference.
Yeah, and what I want to say is like just push yourself to whatever you want to do. Like if there's something that you're trying to do and you really wanted to get it done and you really want to do it, then push yourself to do it. There's no point just giving up and like not being bothered to do it if you want to do it. You know? Can't hear it, but would we can't hear it, but it's fine. Still can't hear it, but it works.
Okay.
What do you mean you can't hear that?
It works. It works.
Yeah, Discord noise suppression. It's annoying, but anyway. Do you guys have anything else to say for mindset?
That was really, really fucking good, yo. You just went you pulled the main character shit right there.
Bro, it's him. It's him.
You just pulled him.
Leah, do you guys have anything else to say?
What to say is for the fixed mindset, they have too much self-doubt and they say, this is too hard, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
But you know, things that you want but they have value, yeah, no shit. They're supposed to be hard. That if it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy to become a soccer player, everybody would do it. If it was easy to become a gamer or a content creator, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
If it was easy to be on NoFap, everybody would do it. If it was easy to get the girl of your dreams, like, let's say my girl of my dreams, well, like, this was like in 5th grade, Megan Fox. If it was that easy, everybody would be able to do it. But no, things that have value take time, consistency, and have a routine.
Yeah.
And through that is discipline and hard work. And once you have that for a long enough time, I guarantee you, again, it will come through. It will surpass.
And it also it's just like the way of life, you know, nothing's specifically easy. Things that you really want to do and that you kind of have to work for, you really need to work for. Like if you want to become, like, for example, a professional Fortnite player, not naming anyone, not naming anyone, but
but
if you want to become a Fortnite
player, did you want to become a professional Fortnite?
No,
this is someone I know. Someone I know.
Someone we all know.
But no, I wanted to become.
You know him as well. You don't really like him that much.
No.
So
yeah, he's not really doing so well. He also tried making montages. also didn't do so well, but he didn't.
I wanted to try and do that.
Yeah,
I wanted to try and become a Fortnite
I'm firing
pro.
shots at him, yes, but I'm using it as a way for other people to learn. So from what he did, he was like trying, and then at some point when he got into comp Fortnite again, well, he never really left comp Fortnite. He just left Fortnite in general at some point, I believe. I can't exactly remember. But when he was playing comp, when ranked reset, he got the rank he wanted and then just stopped playing, so then he could just keep the rank rather than keep playing and trying to push himself for a better rank. He just stopped playing so he keep the rank and then just play normal games, or just doesn't play entirely. And then with his montages, right, he would... Like he made about 3 montages when he said he was going to like try and become a content creator in a way, and like make montages and like make actually good ones. He put the effort in, and then he just disappeared. He just randomly stopped.
He wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
Like as The Rock says, sometimes you gotta be tired of not being number one. Like you gotta stay hungry. Like the lion. The lion's not the biggest. Lion's not the strongest. Lion's not the tallest. So why is he the king of the fucking jungle? Because of his mentality.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
But like, long story short, if you want to like push something, especially becoming like a content creator or a competitive player in any game, like Valorant, Fortnite, Rocket League, any games like that, you have to like push yourself. You have to keep playing ranked modes, rather than stopping playing ranked once you get the rank you want to be able to play in tournaments. Because if you just stop playing, your skills just kind of going to decrease, and then your reaction time or whatever, so you need to keep playing. By keeping playing, you're going to lose your rank if you don't get better. So it kind of comes down to like sort of wanting to keep practicing every day and just waking up and practicing, going into games, taking breaks and whatever, keeping a good mindset. So, yeah.
100%, yeah. You're right.
That all we got, or anyone want to say
The mindset I carry, and I recommend you doing so too.
What?
It's to do more than you did yesterday.
Yeah.
Just do more and whatever thing you want than you did yesterday. That's get better by 1% at least. Or get somewhat better at what you did yesterday. This way you're actually making some sort of progress, and you can see it as motivation for what you want to do. If you got better by 1% in one day, you still did something. You were productive.
Yeah.
See that as productive.
Yeah, because you keep...
So don't think just because you did not get the results you wanted in a single day or a week, because it does take time. So do what you want, improve somewhat.
Yeah, even though you didn't get the results you wanted, that could push you further to achieve the results you want. Rather than being like, that's good enough. Seeing the results you have compared to the results you want, that could push you to sort of, if it's like a YouTube video and like views, that could sort of get you to learn the algorithm and then play games you want to play if you do gaming videos, for example. Like, learn the algorithm, learn what you need to do, and then get the results you want, and then keep upping the results so you keep working for newer achievements.
Fire.
100%, man.
Fire. That's nice, dog.
Yeah.
Proud of that. That's good.
Oh, you fucking popped off again.
Yeah. Is that all? Or do we have anything else?
I might have one more thing to say, but wait, am I too close to the mic or no?
No, you're
fine.
I'm good.
Just remember, don't do this.
I got you. It's just that some people, they just don't know, because I know a lot of people that talk and a lot of people that work. Because there's some people in my school, this kid, I'm not going to say his name, but very tall, he was like, oh, I'm so tough and all. but like he barely put in the work.
Yeah.
Like he has still so much. He's 6 something, like 6'2", 6'3", I think. But he's a football player, and he's just not around the right group of people, and just doesn't have the mindset. But the people around him, like the adults around him, have the mindset to become a champion. It's just that, I'll say it again, he's not hungry enough. You know?
Yeah.
But the only way really to be productive is to get hungry. Like, as soon as my first girlfriend broke up with me, that freaking fire in me just went like that. Because I did it by accident. She asked, "Do you want to break or break up?" And I was the dumbass me 2 years ago saying, "Yeah, I'll break up." I'm a dumbass though. But I learned the hard way. Always.
You learn from your mistakes as you go along.
But you know what? I learned the hard way because that's the only way my brain can understand it. And that's how I can bring more value to myself.
That's fair, yeah.
So, whatever you want to do and how to do it in being productive, get hurt in some way and make it your fault. I mean, this is just how I put it. Make it your fault and become him or her. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it? Ronnie, do you have anything to add?
On what Marco said.
Fucking speechless. I love it.
Yeah, I just want to know.
On what?
I have one last thing to say, like right at the very end of this. So
Yeah.
before we end,
on what Marco said, you shouldn't necessarily try to hurt yourself, but I do agree where you're coming from. That you see that pain and you absorb it and not lash out on other people. Just grind, get on there, because that is the motivation and the sort of incentive to actually work and become better than what they mistreated you and valued for. And that can make you more productive, can bring you flow state, given that you're not too tied up with your emotions. Yeah, it definitely is something to look out for. But don't go out of your way to just hurt other people and hurt yourself, because
that's the villain way. Just be
self-inflicted sort of way on purpose is not how you become him. You kind of it happens. It's just a thing that happens, essentially.
Yeah.
I the only way to shine is to be in the darkness. You know.
Yeah. What do you want to add, Ronnie?
Something I just wanted to add that relates to the entire thing in general. Confidence is like a key to unlock a door to your full potential. If you're confident in yourself and the ability to do what you're doing, then you're going to open that door to your full potential. You could become more successful and you could become more motivated to do what you're doing. So, yeah.
And also take breaks, and obviously don't multitask and all that stuff. Stay organized. Build times, like on the GSD list, on the get shit done list. Put hours, like let's say 5 a.m. wake up, or no, let's say 7 a.m. wake up, do your bed and all, then 7:10 in the shower, 7:20 breakfast. Put timers, like put times on. So I got this, I did that. Don't be messy. Don't stay focused is the simple way to put it. And yeah.
Definitely don't read an audiobook while you're doing something, because you need to be able to fully focus on that one task, whether that be
I definitely put a podcast on. I put podcasts on in the car when I'm driving, yo, they hit different. They hit different.
I would say it depends on the podcast, but yeah, I can.
Joe Rogan. I listen to Rogan. So
yeah, good. We were done for today, or
Yeah, nuts.
do you guys have anything else?
That's it from me.
all right. Well, thank you all for tuning in for today's podcast. If you enjoyed, please follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Kick for more uploads. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Adios.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.